This year for Science Week, we're collaborating with a local agribusiness called Daintree Estates. They grow cocoa, which is manufactured into chocolate. We're doing a round-robin lesson where students actually examine the pods, they look at the different stages of production into making chocolate, and it will culminate in a taste of the final product. Students will recognise this cocoa and chocolate is actually from a plant, which many students do not realise. We also want to link with the local community and show students that agriculture is a viable career path. We want to expose students too to the ethical considerations of food production. Cocoa is mainly produced in third world countries with very low labour costs, so we'd like the students to think about the ethics of that. This supports the mission of a Catholic school. So in many ways, agriculture is indeed feeding the world in a variety of delicious ways.
I'm working with foundation students in our school, working towards celebrating Science Week, and what we are doing is investigating growing vegetables and herbs, and they've already had a go at starting planting some seeds so they can see all the things that vegetables and herbs are going to need to grow. So they're investigating water and warmth and light from the sun and the soil, and watching the growth, and hopefully then they'll plant these into their garden beds that are outside their classrooms and watch them and tend to them, and then the future hopefully we get to harvest them, and I'm planning on perhaps doing some cooking with them and maybe selling them. We have a school fete and we're hoping that that might be another thing so they can see the whole process of the beginning of where we get our food right through to the end where we're actually using it. We want to use sustainable practices, so we're doing using a lot of recycled materials. So some of the children last term and towards this term have used recycled materials to create some different pieces based on nature or arty sort of activities. So this was one from one of the upper school grades. We're also going to do a series of little investigations. So some of the investigations will be using recycled materials to make compost, and they will use a see-through soft drink bottle cut off so they can actually build the compost themselves and then watch how it breaks down. We're also going to have a little investigation of worms and what worms do to help break down the soil. The whole idea of the unit is so that children, that the underlying understanding for foundation is that living things have basic needs like water and food and things, and by doing this hands-on sort of activity that they will learn then exactly where these things are coming from and what we need. And big part of the foundation unit too is it's based around using their senses. So they investigate using their senses. There's focus on each sense, so they can actually be smelling the food and touching and tasting where it's appropriate, all the different things that they do. So hopefully we'll have a harvest later in the term and next term, and then it also links to other curriculum areas. So as they're learning, they're doing links to maths and to literacy. They write about what they're doing. They're doing using Venn diagrams and graphs and tables. Even in the foundation level, they are still investigating those as ways of recording their learning. That's about it.
Hi, I'm Jenny Dudgeon from Lansdowne Crescent Primary School in Hobart, Tasmania. Our Land to Sea student team, a team of 18 grade 5s, are now or have been working on the Land to Sea project all year in preparation for National Science Week. The students have interviewed expert scientists such as geologists, a bat expert, a biodiversity expert, and they've created podcasts and interviews which are now located on our website. We've got QR codes which indicate where this information can be gained. The students are going to take 3 schools and visiting community people on an interactive interpretive walk of Knocklofty Reserve, which is where the Land to Sea website activates from, and the students will take the visitors and explain each of the 9 locations located across the reserve and give them information. It's been a really strong involvement of all these students. They've given their time after school each week now for most of this term, or each week now, for all of the year to help develop this program and this project.